Hey everybody, you're going to be using this video to guide you through the correcting of the box plot activities. So when we look at box plot review part 1, and what was the median score of the test should be 80%. Now, probably more important than anything is figuring out why. So when I look at this right here, this is your median, it's your middle. So whenever you see the word median, it's whatever this is. And these are quartiles. And you think of quartiles, think of like quarters in a dollar. So this right here is 25%. This right here is 25%. And then from here to here, again, it's 25%. And then from here to here, it is 25%. So this comes into play later on, so remember that. So what's the highest and lowest score? Those are all going to be right here. So anytime you want your highest and lowest, it will be right here. So this is known as your middle quartile. And when we talk about these two right here, this is going to be your lowest and your highest numbers. So they always have the lowest, they always have the highest. That's why you have 100. And you might say, well, why is it percents? Because it's out of percentages. So the highest is 100. So someone got 100 on a test, someone got 55. Now, did most students earn a particular score? You can't tell. You know that someone scored, okay, someone might have scored an 80. The median score is an 80%. That's the middle, but it also might be an average. So that's kind of hard to tell. The only thing we know for sure is someone scored a 55, someone scored 100. And so these numbers, we'll look a little bit later on, these could be averages depending on how many people took the test. Now, if Mrs. Sanchez has 32 students in her class, how many students earned a grade of 80% or higher? So if I scroll down a little bit, get back to here. So we know 80% or higher. So 80 is the median, which means this part of it right here, there's two 25s, that's 50%. What's 50% of 32? What's half of 32? 16. How many earned a score of more than 90? So 90% is right here. So 25% of the students scored greater than 90. Well, if half the students is 16, half of half is going to be 8. So 25% of 32 is going to be 8. Or 32 times 4 is 8. So explain how you know. Well, 4th of 32 is 8. 90% is equal to the third quartile. Again, when we start talking about this, you got your first, second, third quartiles. So make sure you got everything right. And more important, make sure you know what you're doing. How about this last one? Can you tell scores between 80 and 90 were closer to 80 or closer to 90%? No. You cannot tell specific scores on here. You don't know if one person got a 55 and then everybody else got a 70, 71, 72, 73, up to 74. You can't tell. You just can't. Now, you know someone got a 55 and 100, but you can't tell where the other scores are. So, how'd you do? Let's go to part 2. So here's part 2. Here's the box plot. Again, remember, let me grab a pen again. This is your median. You got 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, and 25% here. That's why these are called quarters. And like third quarter, fourth, first quarter, second quarter, third quartile, things like that. So based on the plot, what percent of students watch more than 10 hours? So if I look at 10 hours right here, because it's right here, I know it's going to be 25%. Based on a plot, what percent of students watch less than 5? So 5 hours is the median. And so right here is 25%, and then from here to here is 25%, so it's got to be 50%. And then can Kevin use the box plot to find the mean? the average number of hours of television students watch each week? No, you can't, because you don't know specific times. In fact, when we look at this, what percent of the students watch more than 10 hours? You don't know how many students there are. Even in the class, there could have been 100, or I had some classes in college, that had 250 kids in the class. So you don't know how many kids. You can't find the averages. You know that someone watches 0 and someone watches 21 hours, but you don't know any of the other numbers. All right, let's look at box plot review 3. So here you actually have the numbers, and they're actually lined up for you, so that's kind of nice. So what we got to do is we got to start to analyze these numbers. And, well, you actually don't need to analyze the numbers. It says their plots are shown below. So Lucy and Marissa each designed a box plot to represent this data set. Which plot is scaled correctly and why? Explain the mistakes. So when I look at this, here's a common mistake people will make. And Marissa's is wrong. And here's why. All that Marissa did was take these numbers right here. So here's the 16, here's the 16, here's the 18, here's the 18. All she did was take the numbers from up above and evenly space them here. That's not how you do it. You have to have a number line that goes in the correct order. Every gap is 5 here, where here's a gap, but it's no gap because there's 2 19s. Here's a gap from 19 to 25. So you have to have equal spacing. You have to have a proper number line. So make sure you set it up that way. So this one's really easy to figure out just by looking at this right here. Other key things, 35, you got 35, 16, 16. You can start to look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here should be your median, which both of them had correct. So Lucy's correct. Why? The number line is spaced correctly. All right. So again, you can thank me later because I actually put these in order. And that helps tremendously because then you don't have to do it. So let me grab a blue pen. So again, what I did was I counted these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I love odd numbers because now I just backtrack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 here, 5 here. So my median's that middle number. And then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5. So I have 2 and 2. And I just quickly did this. So find the median, it's 47. Find the lower quartile, it's 43. Find the upper quartile, or sometimes called the third quartile, 49. Now, make a box plot. All I did was draw a straight line. I want to make sure I have these arrows on it. I just took a ruler and I evenly spaced these out. I didn't have to go this high. I probably could have had a lot smaller one. I just went 10, 20, 30, 40 and did what I needed to do. Now, if I go up here, I'm going to put my middle line. Let me grab that pen again. Keep losing it. I did this at 47. So I just drew a little line here at 47. And then I found these two, which I found right here. And I drew those lines in. Then I look for my high and my low, or my low and my high. Put a dot there, put a dot there. Then I just got to take a ruler, draw a straight line there, draw a straight line there. That's all you do. So now that they're already in order, the hardest part is drawing this. And again, I would use a ruler. Don't freehand it. If this were a test, I would look to make sure they're all evenly spaced because that's one of the criteria. So again, double check, make sure you did it right. Now, the last part of the activity, you just had to go through and you had to answer these questions. They're all multiple choice. And I'm just going to briefly give you the answers and tell you how you come up with that answer. So, draw a box plot, box and whisker plot for each set of data. So what I did for each of these is I set up the scores in order. Once I do that, I found right here that 48 was the median. I look right here. Oh, no, it's not 48, so this is marked off. This looks like it's at 48. This also looks like it's at 48, but now look, here it says the lowest is about 45. It's 37. And then I look at here they say the median is at 47. Nope. So once I ordered these and figured out the median, the high and the low, I could just eliminate all the other ones. I don't have to find all the quartiles. I don't have to add them all up. I don't have to divide anything. I just have to have a little knowledge of what a box and whisker plot is. Looking at number 2 again, I put them in order. I found where the median was. Now, look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had to take these two numbers, add them up, divide by 2. That's my median. So again, I start to look at here. Here the median is 70. No. Here it says the median is about 70. No. Here it says the median, well, remember the median is supposed to be 57.5. It can't be. So once I figured out what the median was, only one possible solution could be correct. Now, I also look at things like the highs and lows, and I can quickly confirm it too. But this median gives it all away. So just by taking, a minute to put these in order and figuring out the median, boom, I got the answer. So does it take a little bit of work? Yeah, about a minute. So here's 3 for that next page. Again, I lined them up. I eliminated 3, so the answer is D. Why D? Well, look, the median is 66. So this one's wrong. This one's wrong. You might look at it and say, well, this one could be right. Well, 64, 66 should be right here. So no, it's a little off too. So again, take a minute, put them in order, figure out the median, boom. Now, number 4, again, work smarter, not harder. I didn't put them in order because I started to look at this and say the annual precipitation. And I know that when I look at the highest number, it's not 80. It's not above 80. There's no number above 80. So I eliminated that right away. Look at here. It's in the 70s. No. Well, this one's could be 69.8. But this one right here, again, look at the high number. There's nothing up over 110. So eliminate that. And here again, it's in the 90s. So just by elimination, just by looking at the high number right here, 69.8, it's got to be this one. So I didn't even really need to do a lot of work to figure this one out. Here again, I had to put them here, put them in order. Again, takes a minute. The median is going to be 178 because, well, the median is right in between those two, and because they're the same number, it's 178. So again, I look here, below 176 they have for a median. Nope. Below 176. Nope. Over here, well, it's pretty close to 178, but this one's right on. It's got to be C. So it's pretty easy to eliminate. You just have to take a minute, put them in order, figure out where the median is. Usually it'll be the median, or if you look at the high and the low, it'll give it away. So we got one left, and I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to tell you the answers, because the explanations are the same as the last 5 that I talked about. It's pretty easy to do. You'll see that I took the time to put them in order and just find the medians. So for part 6, again, we're on part 6. It's A. Number 2 is B. 3 is C. 4 is C. And 5 is A. So again, hopefully you not only listen to the answers, but you fully understand how to answer these questions. And hopefully you'll get them right on tests. And more importantly, I hope you get them right on state tests. So that's coming up. Thanks. Bye.